Certainly, it's very hurtful. It's a bit disappointing, to be very honest. I know there's some people who don't want to be honest, but if we want to be honest as the opposition, I think this is something that we need to work on. For the NRM to already have members in the 12th Parliament, because once a member is unopposed, they are only waiting for swearing in. That means they are already ahead. If you have a political party that has members that have been unopposed, it means they're already in the 12th Parliament. So before we even go to the 12th Parliament, the NRM already has members there, which is not a balance between the ruling government and the opposition, which means we need to really work hard. We need to work very hard. And that is the honest truth. There are people who will beat around the bush and say, oh, this, or that. The fact that someone already has members there and you don't have any member before elections, and a party has members there before elections, already tells you they are ahead. And that's quite disappointing. And I think we need to work a little bit harder to balance the equation.
What are those factors do you think that limit opposition, that may be the mistakes?
I think when you talk about planning, when you talk about strategy, when you talk about unity, when you're more unified, you have a better state of mind to think about the things you would not think about when you're disjointed, when you're disunited. And I think those are things we need to talk about. We need to reflect on our unity as the opposition, to reflect on strategy, to reflect on planning.
Does this beg about?
Certainly, it does weaken the opposition. For people who want to pretend, for people who are dishonest, they would say no. But I'm being honest. I am saying you don't have any member in the 12th Parliament. The party that we seek to remove from power already has members in the 12th Parliament, So at the end of the day, it does weaken the opposition, which means, and that's why I've been saying we need to work extra hard. I don't want to say it is similar because the dynamics are so different. The 80s and the 2000s are different. Yeah, so the dynamics are different, but the thing is, they already have members that are unopposed. They already have members in the 12th Parliament, and we shouldn't really ignore that. Yeah. Ku munnayuganda ayagala enkyukakyuka nga mutuufu. Waliwo bannayuganda abaga nti baagala enkyukakyuka nga balimba. Waliwo bannayuganda abagamba nti baagala enkyukakyuka just nga bazannyamu buzannyi. Just nga boogera bwogezi nga banyumirwa bunyumirwa. Naye ku munnayuganda ali serious nti ayagala enkyukakyuka, ayagala Mwami Museveni ne gavumenti ye eveewo, ensonga eno yeeraliikiriza. Kubanga ekimu ku matabi ageetooloolerwako eggwanga ye paalamenti eno, ensonga lwaki tufunye ebizibu bingi ye paalamenti erimu aba opposition abatono, nti ensonga z'abannayuganda bangi ziremye okuyita kubanga ffe mu opposition tuli batono, meaning tubadde twetaaga okuba n'omuwendo nga mungi okusinga ogwa NRM tusobole okuyisaawo ensonga z'abannayuganda. Bwe butuukidde kati nga n'akalulu tunaba kagendamu, nomination zaawedde yes, obuvannyuma zaawedde campaigns ezinaba, naye ate waliwo bana NRM baayiseewo nga tebavuganyiziddwa. Sinnaba kuwulirayo wa opposition eyayiseewo nga tavuganyiziddwa, naye ate NRM ye bayina abatavuganyiziddwa. Kitegeeza nti mu Parliament eye-12 NRM already eyinayo ababaka. Mu Parliament ye-12 already NRM eyinayo ki? Ababaka. Kati bana mwaboogera mu lulimi olwangu mugamba nti batulimu mmeka? Gumu 0. Kubanga already bo bayinayo ki? Ababaka balinda kulayira. Omuntu already abakulembeddeko. Kitegeeza twetaaga okukozesa amaanyi mangi nnyo okulaba nti abaka babe bangi tubasuula abaffe ne bakola ki? Ne bayitawo aba opposition. Bwe tuba nga twetaaga okubatuuka n'obayisa we bali. Naye ng'olwedde kino kibi, kugamba kya nnaku okubeera nti balina abantu abali unopposed nga tetwasobodde kufuna nga ffe aba opposition mu bifo ebyo tetwasobodde kufunirawo bantu nga bano balinze kulayira bulayizi. Opposition ne NRM bonna ffenna tuvunaanyizibwa ku nsonga eno. Lwaki? Nti NRM ekola kyonna ekisoboka era olaba nti bakandidate aba bayiseemu unopposed bakoze kyonna ekisoboka okulaba nti nno babeera unopposed. naye ne opposition omanye ekintu ky'okuteekateeka kyewandiise planning kintu kya strategy ekyobukodyo n'okubeera obumu. Bwe mubeera obumu mubeera n'amaanyi agasinga nga mweyawudde. Naye kati mubiraba ekyamazima abantu abamu tebaagala kuwulira mazima era bagawulira bawulira bubi era ogenda okulaba nga bavumye ogenda okuwulira nga kubanga amazima tebagaagala. Okubeera nga opposition eri disunited eri disjointed nga waliwo okulwanagana wakati waba opposition nakyo kinafuya oludda lwa opposition oba oludda olwagala okujja mu buyinza. Kitegeeza nti omuntu yenna ddala nze njala nnyo okwogera n'abantu abaagala enkyukakyuka saagala kwogera n'abantu abagyogerako obwogezi naye abali serious nti bagyagala era mmanyi right now nti omuntu yenna ayagala enkyukakyuka omutima gwe teguli wamu awulira si bulungi ku mbeera egenda mu maaso. Naye abalala boolaba nga balabika nti bo balyokke ne status quo era ojja balaba nga baga tolina kyotugambe babeeramu naye nga on a serious note nga opposition obutabeera wamu kitukosa oba oli ayagala kiwulira oba tayagala kiwulira.
What people should not forget, power is power. Whoever is in power has the power to do something with that power. That is one. Two, have we done enough? I don't know who went through. I only know the speaker and I know the deputy speaker. The question is, have we done enough there? I don't know. I saw some opposition members saying that for them, they were related to some members, so they had to withdraw. So, if a relative can put his relative to fight against him, what do you expect? What do you expect? So, I think we have not done enough yet. When time comes and we do enough, then people will get us as alternatives, as people who are looking for power. And this is a message I'm giving to fellow opposition members. Can you, for God's sake, stop fighting? Can you, just for God's sake, for the sake of this election, stop useless battles so that people don't misunderstand us as people who are self-seekers? Can you, for heaven's sake, just stop fighting?
Just one question.
It is not about weakness of the opposition, because the opposition has tried its best to stand in people at various positions. But here comes a situation when some very powerful persons do connive with the police and security agencies and even the Electoral Commission to denominate some candidates who would wish to contest against them through use of money, which they have, and even the power that would be has helped them be nominated as unopposed. They frustrate registration and nomination of those who would be opponents because they want to be unopposed, they fear competition. But it is not about the opposition being weak. It has tried its best in standing in so many positions from local council and even up to parliament. But because they have weird methods, they do use them and reach where they want through being unopposed.
Anna, do you think this is wicked?
Now, of course, if you have more than 300 positions to contest on, and only 8 positions have been unopposed, that is not a big number. Yeah, that's not a big number. It doesn't show the weakness of the opposition, because as opposition, we've tried to oppose in so many positions in parliament and even up to presidency. So I think it is not a weakness of opposition, but it is because some very powerful people have used their positions wrong to make themselves unopposed.
And finally,
Yeah, of course, if you have government resources and all agencies of government, you have them in your hands, that is power. And that power, you can use it negatively, as some people who have been unopposed in this election, they have used their power negatively to make themselves unopposed in this election.